The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of Lexington Community Radio or its board of directors. The views expressed are solely those of the programmers.
You are listening to Off the Cuff. Now, here's your host, Adam Banks.
Welcome, everybody, to Off the Cuff. I am Adam Banks, coming at you live from Lexington, Kentucky. Thank you for listening to the show, and thank you for tuning in to WLXU 93.9 FM. In addition to listening to us on the radio, you can check out our Facebook live stream at Off the Cuff with Adam Banks, or you can stream the show live from the station website at radiolex.us. I am broadcasting from the Deborah Hensley Studios here at Radio Lex on North Limestone. It is November the 13th, 2025, 4:01 to be exact. We are just a little over a week removed from the 11th Annual Josie Music Awards that were held on November the 2nd in Nashville, Tennessee at the Grand Ole Opry. Several Kentucky artists took home a trophy, and I am so thrilled to be able to have a few of those recipients today here on Off the Cuff with Adam Banks. 14 Kentuckians. That's right, 14 Kentuckians. Let's give a round of applause for all the Kentuckians won. But here are the ones in the studio today. We've got Erin Sliney in the studio today from Them Lasses. She won Songwriter Achievement along with her band Them Lasses, which won Song of the Year Folk for Sweet Mountain Music. We also have Brando Vanschoyck in the studio, who won EP of the Year for Obscura. And also we've got Kentucky Just Us, one of my favorites. And then we've got also in the studio my broadcast colleagues Warren and Renee Cobb, who won Radio Show Podcast of the Year for the fourth time in a row. And that's what I have to start the show off with my broadcast colleagues. Thank you guys so much for being here. You know, Renee, you usually are hosting these shows with me, but now you are just a guest today because you are a big winner 4 times in a row. What do you think Overtones Live is doing so right to keep getting this accolade?
Well, one of the things we're definitely doing right has been partnering with Off the Cuff with Adam Banks in these JMA preview shows. And also, I think what you and I and Warren all bring to the audience is this real blend of, we have live performance, we do like at Nash House. We have this in-studio performance, and we really put the focus on nominees for a reason, because this is the cream of the crop in Kentucky. And we always make it a goal to try to get as many of you all on before the actual award show. And as you know, we've got Lexington Music Awards nominations coming up.
Oh, gosh.
So that's going to take care of the other part of the year. But I really think it's unique because we have the whole video aspect of it. I don't know what you have to say, honey, but...
Yeah, well, I just think, capturing great audio and having that mixed into even greater audio and capturing great video and editing that and putting it all together, we just try to put the best product out we can. And so we're very fortunate that, people have noticed and that, the Josies have given us these awards.
We've got to talk about that suit, too, that you wore at the Grand Ole Opry. What about that suit? Man, that was a fantastic suit that you got. Where did you get that?
She got it. I don't know. Where did you get it?
I got it from Temu, and it was the 5th item free with 4 items that you purchase that you only needed a $5 item for, and all of a sudden you realize you're up to $60, but you get that 5th item free. But yes, that's where I got it. And I gotten it as a joke because I didn't know. I just wanted to show it to him for fun. And then all of a sudden he saw it and he said, I love it.
She thought there was no way I was going to wear it.
It was a hit.
Oh, I loved it.
Everybody loved it.
She had to take it to her mom to get her little alteration done on it, on the jacket. But the pants actually fit perfect right out of the box, and I thought, well, I'm either going to look like the Joker or a carnival barker or something. I don't know, but I thought this is fun. I'm going to wear it.
Joke's on everybody because you guys are the winner. I do consider you guys a power couple. I want to ask you, what is it like to share these moments together as husband and wife?
I don't know how to answer that, really. I mean, I guess we've done it for so long now. It's not like we take it for granted, but people think it's about us. It's not about us. It's about everybody in this room. Mm-hmm. It's about the musicians that we can help lift up through this show, through the other venues that we work with. Some people never even think about award shows. They're like, why would I do that? Why? I don't understand, And then when you kind of explain, okay, well, let's say you do, and let's say you get nominated. Thousands, you guys, everyone in this room, thousands of people from all over the globe have looked at your stuff. Mm-hmm. Every single nominee in every single category, and there's thousands of them. Even people who submit that don't get nominated. There's 70, 80, 90,000 submissions.
Yeah, that's nothing to scoff over.
Yeah. Those people are looking at every single person in every single category. Mm-hmm. Because, the goal is, how do I get better, right? Mm-hmm. How do I reach more people? So it's either songwriting or performing or whatever it is, right? We're trying to get better at audio and video. Mm-hmm. We're trying to, find the artists that just hit you in the heart, mm-hmm. With whatever they're doing. It's about that. It's about raising community. And, from the time, you remember, she remembers all these numbers, but when we started in this whole kind of award show arena, especially the Josies, how many was it the first year?
You mean from Kentucky?
Yeah.
We had about 5 artists that actually won, and there wasn't very many nominated as well. So we kind of...
But that's grown every single year.
It has, and it went from 5 to 75 to 150 to 250 nominees from Kentucky. And I will just say that it's an honor and a pleasure to stand next to him with anything that I do. And without him, there is no me.
That is so sweet. I mean, you could just tell the love just from the photos when you go back and look, just the way you guys look at each other. Renee, I want to ask you and your husband, Warren, you guys have a production company called Room 17 Productions, which I proudly sit on the board for that production company. But that was just awarded a Stevie Award for Organization of the Year, nonprofit, small organization. You were honored at their most recent ceremony in New York City. It seems like... things can only go up from here for you guys. What kind of upcoming projects does Room 17 Production have coming up in the future?
Well, we have videotaped a lot of interviews with some Kentucky subjects, and we've been working in partnership with the University of Kentucky Oral History Library. So our goal after, we planned on doing a lot of this before COVID, but our goal with all of that film is to make separate documentary films from some of that. One of the projects we're working on is the history of the University of Kentucky cheerleaders, for example, 24-time national champions. And we have some stories about the UK School of Music. We have stories about professors, but also just really honestly taking all of the Overtones films that we have and make them into TV production as well.
I see Emmys and Oscars in your all's future, possibly. But guys, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Big congratulations to Renee and Warren, everybody. Let's give them a round of applause.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, no problem at all. Now, we're going to be switching gears here to my buddy, the man, the myth, the legend, Brando Vanschoyck, who is I've known for so many years. We went to high school together, class of 2006. Brando, thank you once again for coming on Off the Cuff with Adam Banks.
Thanks for having me, man. Thanks to Renee and Warren for all that they do. So it's always a privilege.
Well, you won EP of the Year for Obscura. EP, for those who don't know what that is, that stands for Extended Play. It's a musical release that is longer than a single but shorter than a full-length album. Brando, as a back-to-back winner at the Josies, because you won last year, you got to stand on the stage. Was there anything different about your experience this year compared to last year?
Yeah, this year, I know you can't be picky about what you win. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That'd make me a real big diva. I'm only a little bit of a diva.
A little bit.
But if I could choose any award to win, it would have been that one, because my buddy Cody here did all the engineering, producing, did background vocals, did some guitar work, a lot of work on this. Orion Lyons did a lot of work with the bass. Tommy Cate did a lot of work with harmonica. Brentley Miller did all of the drums, I guess, right? So I had a lot of people from around the Lake Cumberland area that I love and respect that worked on the project with me. So it's like a team win. If we won this award, we all win. You know what I mean?
Well, I want to talk to your producer.
Absolutely.
I just want to say something, man. I got a chance to listen to this EP, and I think it's his best work.
100%.
Deeply appreciate that.
I think it's his best work. So what was it like working with a man like Brando?
Pretty difficult.
Bless his heart.
The hardest part was choosing which take to use because he's so good.
Right,
Yeah.
right. You didn't want to cut things out, man. But it was incredible. So what do you guys personally like about this EP, and what are you hoping fans get out of this when they hear it?
Well, for me, Cody is a guy that kind of gets what I'm doing. He's not afraid to use big amounts of reverb or delay if we need to. He's not afraid to... He's not trying to put me in a box. He's not trying to make me sound folk, Americana. He's not trying to make me sound rock, country, nothing. He just, what does this song need? And we're not afraid to experiment with whatever that is. So, like, you're going to hear, when we get the full album done, the EP is 5 of the 10 songs that we have that we're recording for the full album. And when you hear it, I mean, there's acoustic songs, there's full-on, sounds like metal songs.
Yeah, I've heard it.
We didn't try to put it into a box. And Cody is a fantastic writer and performer himself, vocalist. And so he gets what I'm trying to do. I never had to look at him and say, well, I don't really like that guitar tone, or can you add more reverb? It was just like a thing that happened. It was a godsend meeting him because he gets what I want to do.
Well, I'm excited for other people to hear it. Now, we couldn't invite Brando on the show. I told him before he came, I was like, make sure you bring your guitar. And he was like, I'm bringing her. So Brando is going to be performing a live in-studio performance. You're going to be playing Chasing the Sunrise? Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about this song before you take off?
Yeah, that song is more of in my life, and I feel like a lot of people can probably relate to this. I have always felt like I'm one step away from whatever that thing is I'm trying to achieve. You know, it's the whole tomorrow might be the day, tomorrow might be the day, tomorrow might be the day. And it's hard, but it keeps you motivated, but sometimes it can drag you down at the same time. You know, it's like, when is that day going to be the day? Because you hear if you try one more time, that could be the time.
Yep.
The person that succeeds tries one more time. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the basis of the song. And we, like I said, we didn't try to put it into a box. I just had a guitar riff and a melody. We went in and started working on it. It turned into a full rock song. So this is a stripped-down version of it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, this is a live in-studio performance by Brando Vanschoyck, Chasing the Sunrise.
Ooh, yeah, yeah. Watching, waiting, hoping for something. I'm always one, waiting on some. I'm always one, chasing the sunrise. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Screaming, crying, dreaming of dying. I'm always one, waiting on some. I'm always one, chasing the sunrise. I can't fly away, I'm getting older every day. I still cannot see the light, so I I keep watching, waiting, hoping for something. I'm always one, waiting on some. I'm always one, chasing the sunrise. I'm always one, I'm always one who never sees the light.
Absolutely beautiful. Let's
Thank you
give a
very
round
much.
of applause. My goodness. Well, thank you so much, Brando, for taking some time out to speak with me.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we're just going to push that microphone over to Kentucky Just Us. Listen, this is bluegrass at its core right here, and I love it because they handed me a physical copy of a CD. I bought a CD player just because so many artists were starting to hand these out. I love that these things aren't disappearing. They're still around. So Kentucky Just Us, I want everybody to make sure everybody gets your name. So everybody just get up to the mic and just introduce who you are and what you do for the band.
Absolutely. I'm Casey, and I play fiddle and sing vocals for Kentucky Just Us.
My name is Shalane, and I play upright bass and sing if I have to.
My name's Caleb. I play the mandolin and sing vocals.
And my name's Jessie. I play the banjo and sing vocals.
Yeah, and he's actually going to be playing the banjo, folks, in just a few moments, and we're very excited about that. So I got to ask, who in the group is the most emotional after a thing like winning a Josie?
Oh my goodness. I don't know how to answer that one. Probably me. I'm probably guilty of that, probably. We got off stage and I kept asking him what did I say because I don't remember.
Well, let me ask you, so this is your first nomination for a Josie Award, so it was your first time at the Grand Ole Opry, not the first time attending the Grand Ole Opry, but the first time being there as someone who belongs there, who is there you just won an award. So did it meet its expectations, everything that you thought it would be standing on that stage?
Absolutely, absolutely. There's kind of a funniest story about us going up there to accept the award, but we were so honored and so thankful. You know, I think it was the last music award of the night, and so we weren't expecting anything. And just to hear our name called, I think we were all in shock, and it was just an exciting thing. We were honored to be nominated in 5 categories and to take home the Fans' Choice Award. I think of all the awards we were nominated for, that probably meant the most to us. You see it, we do a lot of this for the fans, and to hear them support us back, and they're loving what we're doing, and that just means the world to us.
How did you guys celebrate after the win?
We went back to the motel, and I think we made some videos thanking the fans. I think that's the first thing on our hearts to do, was just to thank them, because they're the reason we got that award. And then we played some music, ate some pizza, and went to bed. So
about 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah, we played music till about 2 or 3 in the morning. So
of course, you're musicians.
What us musicians do.
Yeah. So you're not at the top. You're still climbing, because when you've reached the top, there's nowhere else to go but down. So you're still climbing. So what's next for Kentucky Just Us?
Well, we're working very hard. We're very excited to have this new project out, 10, celebrating 10 years together as a band. So we're very excited for that. We're already working on together for a very exciting 2026 tour schedule. Already got a lot of exciting shows on there, and so we just keep moving forward and writing and releasing our own material. Jessie's written a whole lot of songs. Everybody in the band really has been working hard writing, but Jessie's just ability to tell a story through a song is incredible, and I think getting to share those songs more with our fans is just very exciting for us.
Speaking of Jessie, he's going to be picking a little banjo, and I'm so excited because we have never... Renee, how many episodes have we done just of musicians? And it's kind of crazy that we have never had a banjo on the radio program, so that ends today because Jessie is here to pick a little banjo. Does this have a name or anything, or is this just something that you...
Well, this song right here is by my favorite bluegrass band, the Beatles.
Okay.
So... We're going to do a little bit of Eleanor Rigby for you.
All right, I'm excited.
Give it up for Jessie,
Let's go. I tell you, that just makes me want to sit on my front porch and break green beans with my mama. I absolutely love that. And
That's a psychedelic memo you got there, brother.
Hey, man, she was the best, and that was some good picking. And we're not done with Kentucky Just Us. We've got a nice little song to play for you. This is off the album that they just gave me. Is it a self-titled album called Kentucky Just Us, or is it called 10?
It's called 10.
Oh, it's called 10. Well, it makes sense. All right, so this is called Last Train, folks. We'll be back after the song.
I'll take the last train out of town without a care for where I'm bound. I guess my heart was born to roam till I find a place like home. I'll take the last train out of town. I had a love one time until I ran him out of his mind. My heart was wild and free, and the world I wanted to see. So I left him far behind, with the road ahead on my mind. I'll take the last train out of town without a care for where I'm bound. I guess my heart was born to roam till I find a place like home. I'll take the last train out of town. Trying to settle down, what I needed just couldn't be found. Another day, another place, another ticket, another train. From Memphis to Santa Fe, I'm moving on 'cause I can't stay. I'll take the last train out of town without a care for where I'm bound. I guess my heart was born to roam till I find a place like home. I'll take the last train out of town. I'll take the last train.
I love how the bluegrass music is just hit it and quit it. It's just so quick. And that was that was Kentucky Just Us. But we were getting ready to speak, folks, to Them Lasses, the ladies of Them Lasses. So I'd like to do the same thing that I did. I'd like for you guys just to go around, tell everybody what your name is and what you do in the group.
All right, my name is Erin Sliney, and I'm a lead singer. We all are lead singers in the band.
Yep.
And then I also play guitar and fiddle and spoons and other random things.
And write songs.
And we all write songs as well.
We all write songs. My name is Brittany Samples. I play ukulele. I do random percussion or auxiliary percussion. And then I like to pride myself that I'm the Appalachian enthusiasm.
Oh, I like that.
My name's Abby Rank. I do vocals. I play rhythm guitar mostly, but sometimes I play the McNally Strumstick. Sometimes I also break out my fiddle. Sometimes I also play auxiliary percussion.
Harmonica.
Specifically,
she
tambourine.
shreds on a tambourine.
I love to play the tambourine.
Washboard.
What was that?
Washboard.
You know, I did play the washboard. That was a one-off. I hadn't done that before.
That had been Brittany.
That's my washboard.
Well, somehow we got to get you guys performing at the award show because that would be a trip. Everybody kind of has an expectation of what the Grand Ole Opry is going to be like standing in that circle. Did it meet the expectations? What was it like standing in that sacred circle?
Standing in the circle was really, really cool
Yeah.
and made like everything in the weekend like 1,000% worth it. It was just like, I was like, oh, we're having a good time. This is cool. And then it's like, oh my goodness, we're on the stage. And then it was just like that moment. Like as soon as we got on the stage, I feel like our whole night shifted.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we stood in the circle, it took me like a half second. I was like, I was like, oh, we got to talk. We got 30 seconds. So
I feel like I don't remember anything in between them saying we won, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in the circle.
I definitely felt really really excited. I feel like it's extra shiny in the circle. I feel like they buffed just that.
Yeah.
It felt like there was light coming down from
It
the
shines
heavens and
directly
glowing
down,
from
yeah.
under
Like it
you
was
at the
bright.
same time.
Yeah, it's
I
very.
mean, it would freak me out if I thought about it too much of who all stood in that circle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about it.
I think
I didn't let myself.
I think if there was an ever second time, I would probably maybe overanalyze it more like that. But
Yeah.
it was very. I don't know. I just wasn't. I didn't.
I went to sleep and closed my eyes, and I could just feel like the lights of the circle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right. So what did you guys do after the dust settled to celebrate that a win?
We squealed and we danced and we did the 360 photo, which was
Yeah.
really
Oh,
cool. Like it just kind of
Their
felt like
360 photo was epic.
Thank
Epic
you.
level.
Oh, the
360.
backstage
Yes.
thing that they
we
did.
did,
Yes.
we did Peace, Love, Sunflowers
Yes.
was our theme we were going for.
Yeah.
That's Abby. Yeah. So, I don't know. We did a lot of photos and
Yeah.
I was like, so when you win an award, when they take you backstage, what all do they do besides that little 360 thing? Do they do any other type of interviews? What was that like going behind the stage after you win?
We got the award. Everyone was really, really nice, and then we did the really cool camera setup that they had, and then we vamoosed.
Adam, if you can just imagine, they had all of the awards backstage numbered in a box. So you got a card when you walked off the stage, and you had to present the card
Yeah.
to make sure. But I just want to commend, like, Kenny Graves and his wife were back there, like, handing out awards. And that's an effort in itself to get all of that organized. Plus, get the ones that weren't there, shipped to them as well.
Yeah.
Well, there were more awards that were actually given out just besides the main ceremony. The night before, there was a JMA Music Business Conference. And Aaron, you won Songwriter Achievement. Tell us about that.
Let's give it up for Aaron.
Yes. Tell us about that, winning that award, what that meant to you, and what you thought of that JMA Business Conference.
It was really, really cool to be called onto the stage for that award. I was not expecting it. It actually helped us get ready for our speech on the next day because I was like, oh, yeah, we actually need to be prepared. Because I was like, woo! It was super fun. It was really cool. It was nice to see and meet Josie and Tina Marie that day before and kind of get a more understanding of where everyone's coming from. I think that if I just showed up on Sunday, I would have had a slightly different understanding of the Josies. But it was really cool. I really enjoyed the keynote, and then it was just an honor. I heard that there was 10 songs that were given awards out of 5,000 entries. So I was really felt very honored and felt encouraged in doing more songwriting and to actually release that song, which I've been sitting on.
It's a good song. You talk about, using that moment to encourage people. I think that when people look at social media and they see people like you all winning awards, all of you all winning awards, standing on the Grand Ole Opry stage in that sacred circle, how do you want to use that moment to inspire other artists to push boundaries or something else?
You ask good questions,
Yeah.
Adam.
That is really good questions. I will say, at least from the Molasses perspective, it was so cool watching Erin win earlier, and then she was the one who wrote Sweet Mountain Music, so I think where our strength is letting each other's creativity shine. So I think just championing each other is a really good way to get forward in that area. I think that's where we're really strong at, and even though I feel like it's a very Erin win, I feel like it's a Them Lasses win, both of those awards I feel so proud of.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely want to show off your talent. So now, am I wrong in saying this, but are we going to get to hear a possible a cappella performance?
Well, so we won for Folk Song of the Year for Sweet Mountain Music, and then we were also nominated for another song in that same category that we worked on with Trish Torline. Called Mountain Melodies. And so this is not a full song, but the introduction to that song, Mountain Melodies, is kind of like an old toast. So it's kind of like a unison toast. But we just wanted to do that and honor that song and Trish.
We're excited. And we love Trish, too. What a fantastic songwriter Trish is.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes. Well, ladies, we're ready whenever you are.
Okay. Yes, please.
Through the trials and tribulations, though the nights were cold and long, we found hope and inspiration in the power of a song. It's the voice of generations, a testament to who we are. In those hills of Appalachia, forever in our hearts.
Ooh. All right, folks, and we're not done with them lasses yet because we've got some music to spin for you. We've got a little sweet mountain music, so stick with us, folks. We'll be back after the song.
I went down to the river to wash my hands and watch it like a sculpture carve the land. I went down to the river to wash my hands and let that water make me a new man. Oh, that cold mountain water, cold mountain water, cold mountain water, cleanse my soul. Cold mountain water, cold mountain water, cold mountain water, cleanse my soul. I lay down by the river onto the earth. It's held me strong and steady since my birth. I lay down by the river, lay down onto the earth. Just you and me need to know my worth. In that cold mountain water, cold mountain water, cold mountain water, cleanse my soul. Cold mountain water, cold mountain water, cold mountain water, cleanse my soul. Then I climbed up a mountain to see what I'd find, taking all around me with my eyes. I climbed up a mountain, I climbed up real high to feel that warm and burning in my thighs, and taking that sweet mountain music, sweet mountain music, sweet mountain music, cleanse my soul. Sweet mountain music, sweet mountain music, sweet mountain music, cleanse my soul. And I started a fire to gather around, share my story's journey through my sound. Yeah, I started a fire and we gathered around to sing this song together. It's the sound of that sweet mountain music, sweet mountain music, sweet mountain music, cleanse my soul. Sweet mountain music, sweet mountain music, sweet mountain music, cleanse my soul. I went down to the river, onto the earth. Then I climbed up a mountain, and I started a fire.
All right, let's give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, with that. Now, this is going to be a fun part of the show because this is where I go around the horn and ask everybody the same question. And here's the thing, nobody gets off. Everybody's got to answer. So even if you have a spokesman for the group, everybody's got to give their answer. All right, and Jessie, we're going to start with you. This is the question for everybody. And the question is, Well, first of all, let me give a little background. So everybody right now is experiencing success right now. Everybody is, climbing that mountain, getting these accolades. Everybody's feeling really good. And, when you're young, you're starting out fresh. You don't have these accolades yet. And sometimes you can get discouraged, and sometimes you might not think that you'll make it. Especially when we're young and we're just green, we're wet behind the ears. A lot of the times we just feel like we're never going to get there. So now that you're at this point, all these accolades later, all these awards, going to the Grand Ole Opry, winning awards, standing on the stage, releasing albums, going on tour, making music, singing in front of audiences, it's pretty impressive, and it's nothing to scoff over. So my question for everybody is if, well, here we go. If you could send one message to your past self before all of this, what would it be? And Jessie, we'll start with you.
I would say probably just to be a little bit more patient and to trust in the Lord a little bit more. He's been sailing this ship for a long time, and he don't make the mistakes we do. I think the word says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." Just don't try to add them yourself, because he'll do a lot better job of it.
Amen. Thanks. Good one. All right, who wants to go next?
Mine would probably be just kind of have a little bit more confidence, like not worry about what people would think about like this mandolin break or whatever, and just kind of go with it.
Yeah, and because look at you now, man. You definitely have something to be confident about. And what about you, Mama?
I think have more confidence along the lines of what Caleb said. From a young age, I love to write poetry and tried my hand at songwriting a little bit, but if I would have had more confidence, I think he would help me get a lot further along quicker than I have.
Right. We all seem like just a little insecure when we're young too, but
absolutely. I'd probably say maybe pray more and worry less, because if I'd have done that, I feel like especially when we first started, I'd have been a lot more confident, and the awards and things and experience have given us more confidence. But I think to my younger self, that would have been really helpful advice.
Yeah. All right, Brando, what about you?
So it's a cool question, because it's an actual thought experiment that I do all the time. When I start feeling down on myself, I think, what would I tell the 12-year-old Brando right now? Like when I feel like I haven't done enough. Mm-hmm. And that guy would think this guy is a rock star. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You grew up like I did. Poverty and drugs and violence, and it's most of our friends that graduate high school are dead now. Mm-hmm. Like most of my bandmates that I played with are not here anymore.
Yeah.
And I would tell that guy that you may be the poorest kid in school, you may be the smallest kid in school, you may get made fun of, you may have to fight because you get bullied all the time, but someday it's not going to always be that way. Keep being a good person, don't do drugs, do what we've done. Mm-hmm. I'm proud of you, by the way.
I appreciate that, Brando.
Coming where we're from, it's a big deal to still be alive.
Yeah.
I know that sounds kind of dreary and stuff, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
You know?
It's funny, too, man. Like, if I looked back at myself, I would think I was a rock star. If my 12-year-old self saw me, I would be like, no way.
Like, if you walked into, Beaver Elementary right now, what would that Adam Banks think? He would think you were the coolest guy alive. You know what I mean? So that keeps me from getting down in the dumps when I feel like, man, I don't have any money. What am I going to do? And, I'm a failure. I'm 38. What am I doing with my life? So I think back to that. So thank you for asking that question. I would just tell that guy, it's going to pay off. I know it don't feel like doing the right thing's paying off. I know you don't get to have a childhood. I'm sorry, because of the stuff that you have to go through, but someday it'll be worth it, That's what I would say.
I love that. All right, we're at Them Lasses, the ladies of Them Lasses.
Yes, this is Erin, and I would say, you go, girl.
Yeah.
Keep singing, keep writing, keep shining, and keep dreaming.
Beautiful.
All right. This is Brittany. I would say, don't let anyone stifle your creativity. It's okay to be weird. You just need to find the right other group of weird people who accept it, and never give up on your lady band dreams.
Yes.
Abby here. History. I grew up a theater nerd. I was in musical theater and I was convinced that I was going to be on Broadway singing soprano leads. And so I would tell myself to not get discouraged over not getting the soprano leads. And don't be embarrassed about having a deep voice as a woman.
Oh, no.
People will love it. They will love it.
All right, producer man, you ain't getting out of this either.
I was going to try.
He's also a singer-songwriter that's amazing, so look him up on Spotify.
I made it intentionally hard to find. I guess I was always worried about what was next, that I didn't really appreciate what was happening. So I try and tell myself that, but I know me and I wouldn't listen. So.
I like that. And Renee, what about you? What would you tell your young self?
Well, I would say that the word no means not now. And I would really tell myself to embrace the wisdom that really does come from age. When I was young, everybody said that wisdom comes with age. And I think at one point that you just realize that that's absolutely the truth. And to embrace the season that you're in right now, no matter what age you are.
Because timing is so important.
It is.
Because you might have had the success in your 30s, but what would you have done with it?
Exactly.
You might have taken advantage of it. You know, so everything was supposed to happen for you when it's supposed to happen.
Exactly.
So,
and one thing I just wanted to mention is I have a picture, I've posted it on Facebook a couple of times, where I'm standing on the circle in the Ryman Theater as a tourist when I was like a teenager. And I'm standing in front of the mic and I'm like, you know, just acting like I'm talking into it because they let you do that. But just to think about the fact that that same piece of wood is what I stood on 35, 40 years later, that you really can manifest things in life. And I just thought that was just a really early aspect of my life that really came to fruition.
yes, and great answers by everyone. And Renee, you was wanting to talk to the ladies of Them Lasses about a song that we were going to play here on the radio.
Yes.
It's called Forget About Me.
Yes, and I'll just back up just a little bit. I just want to thank Kentucky Justice because I just found out about them. You know, we get in our own little region of the state and we think we know every single person that's like performing. And when I saw their name show up on the nomination list, I started stalking them immediately. And I'm just so thankful that we've developed such a great friendship. And Brando, what can I say? I mean, it's just been a great ride. And I will say this with Brando and with Them Lasses. Them Lasses were on the show, Overtones, this time, almost this week, last year. And after I heard their album, I told them, I said, you all should really send your content into the Josie Music Awards. We just gotten back from the Josie Music Awards, and they looked at me like I was probably like crazy. They were like, really? And I will tell you that just they take so much initiation, as I see everybody in here so proactive about really following that lead. They had me on a Zoom call, and we were going through every single category, and I just want to commend them and everybody else on their planning and preparation, because that's what it takes. So they're going to open up submissions in January. I recommend you start working on that right now. Put it in a Word document. When the time comes, just put it, copy and paste it in there. But I just wanted to commend everybody on their proactivity, because this isn't anything that you can just submit your name for.
No.
I mean, it's a lot of data that you have to put through. And this next song is my favorite. I say this about every Them Lasses. We're going to play a little bit of it. It's Abby singing lead on this, and it's Forget About Me.
The way you understood, you made me feel so good. But time keeps on changing, like the way you change your mind. And as the years go by, you still have yourself to find. But am I gonna go back to the way things were back then? Is it worth the risk to spread myself so thin?
right, we've got another round the horn question for everyone. Now, this one's going to be a quick response. And Jessie, that's just what you get for having to sit behind me at the show. You're always going to be the first to be called on. So, I'm just looking for one word. What's one word to describe your 2025 year?
Fun.
Fire.
Tiring. Incredible.
I would say blessed.
Let's say running.
Sublime.
Sublime.
Nice. I almost did that, Brittany. Dreaming.
Busy.
Resilient.
Say that one more time, Renee.
Resilient. Resilient Renee.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about you, Adam?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be a bad answer, but this has just been incredible. 2025 has been incredible. So that's my word. Guys, this show has been incredible, and I'm just so happy for everybody who took the time to come on the show today. You guys are all rock stars, every one of you guys, and your social medias are all out there. I'll put it all in the description on the podcast for where to find everybody on the show. But I think that we're going to be ending the show with a single off Brando's EP. This is on the new EP, right?
Yes, sir. It was up for Song of the Year.
Song of the Year, yes. And this is called Revelation. Renee, I want to thank you for co-hosting with me today and also being a guest. Doing radio with you is such a blessing.
It is.
It's so fun.
I'm a little country. You're a little bit rock and roll.
And I don't know if you ever watched Captain Planet. I don't know if your son ever watched it. I was going to say, with our powers combined.
Awesome. I love it.
We're like Captain Planet. Brando knows what I'm stepping in. We're going to end the show. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Off the Cuff with Adam Banks. If you liked what you heard today, you'll probably like our previous episodes. We archive them all on podcasts. We are on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, all over. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Adam Banks. Thank you to all of my special guests. Folks, we will see you next Thursday from 4 to 5.
Great show, everybody.
I loved you through space and time. I claimed your body. You stole my mind. Now I'm thinking things I've never thought before. You're healing wounds that aren't even yours. I try to run, but you hold me tighter. You turn my flames into a cleansing fire. Yeah, you're my cleansing fire. What if you really loved me? What if all those things you say to me are true? Painting pictures without brushes, and just to